All right, so I wanted to bring a video out for Bitcoin. So here's a bit of like a weekly and a daily review of Bitcoin and where it's at and where we're trending and what's going on. So back here in late of this overhead downtrend resistance, we broke out. We had a bit of a volume spike. Found support at the 37.6 level, and now we started heading north. Now we did cross. I'm going to remove some of the drawings. We did cross over the 200 SMA, and this was something that I wanted to see, and I kind of go over a lot. Is the importance of the 200 simple moving average, no matter what time frame that we're on. We're on the daily time frame, and as you can see, that the 200 almost acts like a magnet. We dropped below it, price action came towards it, dropped below it, price action comes towards it. Even happens, as you can see over here, that we're above it, gets pulled back, gets pulled right back towards it. So think of it almost like a regression to the mean, that we can travel far away from it, but the price action is going to want to hover towards that mean. And a 200 SMA is really the best mean that we have. It's a regression towards the mean. So when I'm looking to buy and sell, this could be a huge target for me. So I was talking about this in group that we're heading back towards it. Did we finally break above it? Were we getting resistance? We got resistance, and we come here. We got support, and now we're just kind of trending around this 200 simple moving average. We'll head down. We'll head up. I like to use right here, which is my 21. So this gray line is my 21. We cross above it, and we come close to it, and we bounce off. We come close to we bounce off. If we do bounce off, what I want to see is a high put in, and everything comes back. It's a high put in higher than this high here. So I'm going to take the drawings away. We got a high here. I want to see a bounce, and we kind of come above that high. That's what I want to see. Do we go back north, or is this we getting what's called a bearish retest? So I'm going to bring in some of our indicators, and we got a bearish cross here on our MACD. We were in overbought conditions on the stochastic, and now we're leaving it, and we were in overbought condition on our RSI. So I like to use a 70 to 80 marker as whether or not I'm leaving overbought or oversold, typically overbought. Also here on the stochastic, our 70 80, if we're leaving that, we're leaving overbought conditions, meaning that we're going to sell off. What you want to see is us to leave over bought conditions on our RSI and our stochastic, kind of hover here in some sort of support land. Looking to stay above 42, stay above 40, yeah, about 41, 42. I'm looking to stay here. Even be great if we stay above the 21, get some support here, and then we go off to our next level. Bitcoin could be forming a rounded bottom. That's another thing that's possible for Bitcoin. So our moving averages are starting to trend upward, which is a great sign to see. Our 21 crossed over, our 50 crossed over. Remember, we want to see that 50 cross over the 200 as we have a golden cross. So we're still far away from it. I want to see the price action come up. Really what I think is happening is because people took such losses for this, that anytime we're getting any sort of relief, people are just selling. Get relief, selling. Now we're relief, selling. People are still trying, I think, recoup some of this. So that's what you ultimately want. You want to see stop happening. You want to see the selling to stop, and then we'll pop above that. So that's really what we're ultimately looking for at this point. And that's kind of what's happening with Bitcoin. Our Bitcoin controls the entire market, and this is going to allow us to know what our altcoins are doing. So remember, we want to see Bitcoin trend kind of in this zone here. We don't want to see a sudden drop off. Let Bitcoin find support in this area. Our altcoins will take off. Let's pull up one of them. I think Solana we just nailed. in the group. So we got all this. This is the volume that you want to be talking about. Solana took off. What I was noticing on Solana is we got this. Just kind of help you out here. So I had a post in group, breakout from falling wedge, had a retest and breakout, look for entry on the next breakout. So what this really is we had a falling wedge. Solana broke out. I was telling the group to buy here. I teach all this, teach the breakout trading, I teach this in group. And then you want to buy that breakout. Then we had a bit of a, this was your second level to get in. So you could have got in here at Solana at 33, could have gotten Solana here at 40. Either way, you'd be sitting next sort of about 100% profits on Solana. So these altcoins are all going to have good setups, and you're going to look for them to break out, because if Bitcoin holds, your altcoin setups are going to explode.